Hey guys, sorry for the up close angle. I am currently 9 weeks. Baby is the size of an olive. Today's scripture is, "It is God who arms me with strength and keeps my way secure." Psalms 18:32. If you can hear someone in the background, that is my 2-year-old literally screaming. We're currently at Butlins. The background is different. I do normally try to get up and stuff, but I feel like this week's been it's not been hard actually. My symptoms have been getting better, but today was one of those days that I feel like no mum wants to see. So I wiped and there was blood. That's the first time I've seen that. That was like an hour ago. I've kind of come to terms with it already. Like I've said to myself, if it's not meant to be, then it's not meant to be. Like I already prayed, I cried, and I was like, my body will do what it's gonna do, kind of thing. So I'm okay. I don't know, because I was speaking to my sister and she was like, because we're at Butlins, like I said, so I've had such an active day. Like we went swimming, we ran around, like you're just doing so much more stuff with a toddler. So I don't know if it was just like the extra movement, and I haven't worked out this trimester, so I don't know. I'm just trying to not overthink it. I went on the NHS website to see what the procedure is and the protocol is to do if I do continue to bleed. It was just one, I haven't had any bleeding since. I haven't had any cramps or anything like that, so I haven't had any cramps or bleeding, any more bleeding. So I'm just a bit I'm just trying to not overthink it, and I'm not at home. I'm 4 hours away from where I live. So I'm just if I have to call 111, it's just gonna be this whole thing, and which obviously I'll just go, but I'm not near my GP or a pharmacist, so I'm a bit nervous. But I'm just, like I said, I'm not trying to overthink it. I still have all my symptoms. My nose has kind of calmed down. Sorry, my nose has kind of calmed down. I'm still tired, just as exhausted I was, my energy is starting to pick back up, if that makes sense. And same with the nausea, I don't really have nausea, but these last few days it's kind of been drifting away, if that makes sense. I still have a lot of aversion to foods. I'm only giving in to my actual craving, which is noodles. If I tell my friends, my best friends, that I'm eating noodles, they'll know I'm pregnant, because that is what I always eat when I'm pregnant. I'm just a noodle girl. Give me a packet under me. But and it has to be spicy. It has to be the pepper chicken one. I have really bad not bad bowel movements, but my poo is very it's not diarrhea, but it's not poo, if that makes sense. Still can't do smells. It's not been as bad. Like I said, it's kind of I'm 10 weeks literally tomorrow, so my symptoms are starting to drift off. And I think I've mentioned before in other videos that my symptoms started very early on. So with my daughter, my symptoms started about 7 weeks, and then they were left at 14 weeks. But this time around, from when I was pregnant, my symptoms were so bad. I think because this is my second pregnancy, I've definitely popped, and not in the sense of because the baby's big. I think my uterus has just popped out. I don't know if you're a second time mom, or you have multiples, if you feel it's weird laying on your belly. It got to the point where in my second trimester with my daughter, laying on my belly was uncomfortable. That's when I started laying on my back, early on in my first trimester. But now I feel I can feel my uterus has popped out. I noticed it this last week. But I can just feel it. My clothes are starting to fit already. If I have enough energy, my room is a mess. I'll do a mirror video so you can kind of see what I'm talking about in terms of my belly. I'm not a skinny girl either, so take that into consideration. But I know I'm bloated. Wearing trousers is uncomfortable. I just like to wear if I'm wearing trousers, it has to sit at my waist. If I'm wearing a top, I just don't want anything on my belly. I'm not wearing skirts and stuff like that, which was very hard last week, because last week it was so hot. The only week of summer that we got in the UK. I have a spit cup next to me, so I have a lot of saliva. I think this what's been my, especially since, yeah, these last like 3-4 days, that's been my biggest annoyance, is just saliva. It's just so annoying. Is there anything else? I've been trying to eat veg with all my food. It's not been easy, but I'm trying to. And it's made a difference. I can see the difference when I eat like greens and stuff like that. I don't have heartburn. My going to the toilet's much easier. My belly's not hurting. Today I had ice cream for the first time. Like, today's one of the first days I had like something that I really wanted. I had coconut gelato, whatever you call it. And because it wasn't too sweet, it was okay. For some reason I really want burgers. And then when I have them, it makes me feel sick. Yesterday I had not a double cheeseburger. I had a Big Mac Whopper meal. It was great when I was eating it, and then after that I was like, ooh. So yeah, I still have quite a few versions. I've literally just had noodles these last couple of days with like veg, and I've been off meat. Yeah, that's a big thing that happened this week. This week, it's definitely been like not wanting a lot of meat, or when I do eat meat, I haven't enjoyed it. So I'm kind of just sticking to like veg and something, or noodles, which is weird. I feel like this is so backwards compared to my last pregnancy. Oh, a big thing that happened was yesterday I had my, look at me tearing up, it's because I'm tired. My daughter had one of those naps at 4:30 and it's 4:45, so in the evening, so I don't know how I'm gonna make it. I'll probably just tell her dad to stay up with her because I'm tired. Oh, I had my appointment with the midwife. They have that long, if you're a first time mom, then you wouldn't have had it, well, you wouldn't know, but you have in the UK when you're like just before your scan, like a couple weeks before your scan, this is just the worst angle, isn't it? I'm so sorry. A couple weeks before your scan, they call you and they ask you about like all your health details, so like diabetes, mental health, domestic violence. If you already have a child, they ask you about like how the birth went, how the child is doing, if there's any complications. They ask about the partner's like details, like health details, their family background, your ethnicity. They kind of give you advice about like healthy eating, exercise, like obviously depending on where you live, they tell you like where you can do like antenatal classes, swimming. They tell you about your free dental care and your free prescriptions. What else? It's just a bunch of questions. Also ask like, because my scan's coming up, they ask if you want to have the more in-depth scan, and they take bloods and you see if the baby has Down syndrome, etc. Or if you just want like a dating scan, so they tell you like how far along you are and stuff like that. The midwife she had my head spinning for a little bit because they did an estimate for my due date and they told me that I was 7 weeks. I was like, I'm not 7 weeks. And then they were like, well, that's what the computer's telling us. And then like 5 minutes later, because I was on the phone to someone being trained and a midwife, the midwife was like, you're right, you're not 7 weeks, you're gonna be 10 in like a couple of days. So I was like, yeah, no, I don't get where you got that date from. She's like, I don't know why it's saying that, but she was like, you're not 7 weeks. It wouldn't make sense for me to be 7 weeks. So yeah, it took about 50 something minutes. It was just a long conversation. I was gonna record part of it, but it was pouring yesterday, like pouring, and we were already like outside. So yeah, but obviously every borough is different, so they tell you different things and they give you different options. And they spoke about if I wanted a home birth or a hospital birth, which I'm planning on having. I don't want a home birth because I know I'll get freaked out and I want to go to the hospital. But when I go to the birthing centre, I'm just hoping that this birthing centre isn't in the hospital, because I realised that with my other daughter, I realised with my daughter that because you can give birth in the hospital and the birthing centre is right next to it, they kind of, you know, oh, we can give you this and give you that, go to the hospital. Like, instead of trying to get you into birthing center. Just a bunch of questions about your background, your health. Things that you're comfortable with in terms of birth. If you want to get like the flu vaccine, the whooping cough vaccine. So yeah, this has been 9 weeks. I'm just, like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm not gonna overthink this. Like, I feel fine. I'm praying it's just, I don't know. I'm not overthinking. I'm just gonna rest. Just chill. I do apologize about the camera angle, but this is part of my first trimester and this is all I can give you guys. So yeah, I will catch you at 10 weeks. Goodbye, goodbye, good friends, goodbye.